Hello and welcome to our series, The Rape of Brit. With this series, survivors of grooming gangs have approached us. With their consent, we've interviewed them, and in very gruesome and graphic detail, we've found not only common patterns of behaviours from the offenders, but also corroborations as to who was actively engaged in the pimping, raping and torturing of vulnerable underage British girls. Of the survivors we've spoken to, many didn't know each other, but they all told a very similar story. It's been our mission to extensively research each case, track down and covertly investigate these alleged child rapists and confront them for their actions. Please be warned that some content may be hard to listen to and watch, but we owe it to the survivors that justice and some form of retribution is offered. This episode covers one of many serial child abuse victims. Her name was Corinne and she lived in the Telford area. We focus on her accounts as she relives her childhood memories. Memories of countless rapes, drugs, violence and a systematic failure to protect the vulnerable. It's through the bravery of but one of those individuals the truth will be exposed.
So we are on our way to Stansted to pick up a victim of the grooming gangs in Telford. This victim's had to leave the country, she no longer lives in the UK. I've been in talks with her for a year. We've persuaded her to come back. She's literally gone flying.
Take the first exit onto Bishop Stortford bypass.
We're nearly there. She's going to fly in, we're going to sit down, get some information out of her, find out her story, find out who she implicates in her story, and find out the police's reaction to the crimes that have been committed against her as well. But she didn't actually want to come into the UK that summer. So much she doesn't want to come back here, but we've managed to get her here, so we're hoping she's going to be here in 10 minutes and we'll see what she's got to say.
Can I ask why you're at the airport today?
Can I ask why you're asking us why I'm at the airport?
Because you have to have a valid reason to be at the
Do you?
airport. Yeah.
How come you've run up just so I haven't seen you go up to anyone else here and ask them why they're at there?
Okay, we've been called up, okay,
Yeah,
by our
someone's called
security, and we're coming to make sure everything's alright, okay,
Oh,
because time's your mate coming in.
We're just waiting in from now, if they've got on the flight.
Can I just ask what you were filming? I was going to film him meeting his friend.
Yeah.
So she hasn't turned up. We've messaged her. We've been talking to her for a year, but we'll see what the problem was and try and rearrange. Because we do need to speak to her. I know the information she's already given me is important information and we need it on camera for this documentary. After the initial disappointment of Corinne's no-show at Stansted Airport, we caught up with her just 48 hours later. We went to Stansted. Was it Stansted to collect her?
Yeah,
I didn't think you turned up.
I did.
You did. Explain. We were met by police when we got there.
I got off the plane. I literally come off the door for the plane, and right outside was 3 officers waiting for me.
For what?
They said that I'd called a Pakistani bloke on Facebook a pedo.
Which Pakistani bloke?
A bloke called Ifti.
Ifti. So you've called him a paedophile?
Yeah. He's gone to the police and told him that I've called him a paedophile, because he is a paedophile. I know that because he's raped my friends when they were young, so that's how I know. And the police wanted me to write a letter of apology to him, saying sorry that I'd called him a pedo. So yeah, they kept me for 23 hours.
They kept you for 23 hours and asked you to write a public apology to a man who you say is a paedophile. You see, if we start off here, I've gone through your life story. You were abused from a child, groomed on the streets by Pakistanis at the age of 11, lost your virginity at 12. You were pregnant at 13?
Yep.
When did you have your first child?
Week after my 14th birthday.
And who was that to?
One of 5. I don't know.
One of 5 men?
Yeah.
How old were those men?
From ages 18 to 30 maybe.
18 to 30. Reading through, we'll get onto all of this, but the thing that I find astounding is you've had this upbringing, you've clearly been impregnated at 13 because you have a son, so that can be proven without a shadow of a doubt. And here you are being asked to write a letter of an apology to a Pakistani man from the same town, who, if we start, let's get to growing up in Telford.
Yeah.
At what age did you first get abused?
From age 12.
Age 12. If you can explain, how did it start on the streets as a young girl in Telford?
I'd be walking down the street and they just pull over in the car and try to get you in the car and be nice, say hello, how you doing, just go on like they're your friend, and even ask me how my mum is and stuff like that, because they lived on the same street as me, so they'd ask me questions like that.
Oh, so some of the men that first started grooming you lived on your street?
Yeah, there's two, well, not even the main ones, because I was groomed by quite a lot, but two of them lived literally 3 doors away from my mum's.
And you was how old at the time?
12.
You were 12, how old are they?
In their 20s.
In their 20s.
Yeah.
Morning, Corinne.
Morning.
How are you?
I'm alright. Been up since bloody hours and hours.
I know, I saw, man.
Before that fence was there.
Yeah, in the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A couple of my friends used to get taken around there and get made to give them more blowjobs.
Around the back of the Sikh temple.
And there'd be about 10, 15 lads on one girl.
Round the back of there?
Yeah. You can't get round here. You got the English Community Centre, that to do with the church and that, and Hadley United Services Club. We used to get took on the car park there and then down, and as you walk down, there's like what's it called? The road goes over it down here.
Oh, Subway?
Yeah, Subway. We used to get took down there as well.
Oh, down there.
Where all that school was, that was all just fields. All of it, that school didn't exist. And literally at the top here was a gym, and we used to get brought up here as well by all the lads, raped and that and whatever in the cars. Yeah, and there was sets of trees on the field back there, and we used to get taken in the trees, in the bushes like.
Yeah.
I was took in the school, in the infant school one day.
In the school?
Yeah, by Noddy. That was when he tried to have sex with me and couldn't get it in. Remember me telling you?
Yeah.
That was then. That was in the infant school.
What, in the school grounds?
Yeah, in the school ground. Yeah, but they were different. It was all different. This was. There was a park. There was the old manor school.
Would this be every night?
Every day, every night.
Every day,
every night. Yeah. Wouldn't have a break or extra chair or be the same thing. Over the years, I got raped, drugged up. They got me drunk. I went to parties.
Would they get drunk?
Sometimes.
I've heard lots of girls describe these parties. Can you explain what happened at one of these parties?
We'd all go there. There'd probably be loads of men. If a room this size, it'd be full of men. There'd be, say, me and 2 or 3 of my friends. And that was it. That we were having a party, we were having a drink. They were giving us spliff. They were taking other drugs. I never went on to any hard drugs myself. But yeah, they give us a spliff, give us bottles of vodka, Bacardi, Jack Daniels, and get us drunk, and then want to have us at the end of the night.
When you say have you, just explain like.
Want to have sex with me at the end of the night.
How many of them would have sex with you at the end of the night?
Sometimes a couple, sometimes just one.
Yeah.
I can't say I was lucky. Well, I was lucky compared to some of the girls, because some of the girls got gang raped by a lot of them, but me, it was a couple at a time. So yeah.
And where would this happen? In separate rooms or just all in the same room?
Sometimes it wasn't even in the rooms, in like the place where the party was. They take us in the car and take us up the Wrekin and do it up there. They take us by the old manor school. There was 2 2 sets of like little forest things on the Hadley playing field, and they used to drive behind the back of them. There was all different places.
Literally, so far, every road we're driving down, you're pointing somewhere where something's happened. So you must just drive around the town. I was raped there, I was raped there, I was raped there.
That's why it's so horrible for me. That's why I don't like going out. And,
that's why you're not here.
That's why I'm not here. Because I can't go anywhere without thinking, oh, I was raped there.
So whilst you were young girls basically getting raped in every open space in Telford, do you think the rest of Telford is aware?
People knew, yeah. People knew. They were scared, they couldn't do anything. Before they'd even pull up, the passenger seat car would be back, all the way back, so they'd say to you, jump in and lie down. Because I remember the one day going past my mum.
What, you're laying down in the vehicle?
I'm lying down there saying to me, keep down because your mum's there. Keep down. And my mum's there, yeah. I was in a black Jeep.
How old were you at the time then?
I didn't have Josh, so I was 13.
Do you remember which men were in the car?
There was one man in the car, yeah.
Who's that?
Wadge.
Wadge?
Yeah.
Did he rape you that night?
Yep.
Where? Do you remember that time specifically?
Took me to the Wrekin.
He took you to the Wrekin?
Yeah. I don't call it the Wrekin, I call it the raping.
Call it the raping?
Yeah.
I take it that's where you... a lot of...
Listen, I got raped a lot of times up here.
Where the road? Left?
Straight.
Sure. You got raped a lot of times. When you say a lot of times?
Hundreds.
Hundreds of times. So you're one individual and you've been raped hundreds
of times. Right up there is where that fucking tree is. Remember me saying to you, I can always see the tree.
Yeah, yeah.
I can see it now, it's horrible.
Well, and that's up, and you remember being raped in that tree.
A lot of girls will remember that tree because a lot of us got taken there.
Were they?
Yeah. Been brought here as well on this bit by Sakib and Uma. And they were both trying to rape me in the car, and they goes for me to get out, and I wouldn't get out. And I was holding on to the back of like this in the seat, and I was holding on, and they were trying to get me out, and I was biting him and everything, saying to him, fuck you, I'm not fucking walking back from here at this time of night, because it was really, really dark.
How old was you?
Oh God, when they brought me, Sakib and Uma. 14.
I think now just how...
It was here that they'd done that to me.
Here?
Yeah, here, where these cars are.
What, were they dragging you out of the car?
Yeah, they were trying to get my clothes off me, so they could rape me in the car, and I wouldn't let them.
Say again, who was that, Sakib?
Sakib and Uma. Uma went to prison for rape.
Did he?
He's been to prison for rape, yeah. A young girl.
The Wrekin's visual from everywhere in Telford.
Yeah.
So no matter what girl you are, when you look up, if this is where they've all been taken to be raped, when they look up, that's all they'll see.
That's all they ever see.
That's all they'll see. I think you've given hundreds of names, 150 to 200 men's names to the police.
Yeah.
They've been involved in raping you.
Not just me.
But your friends.
Some of them, they haven't raped me, but they've done it to my friends, yeah.
And you've seen it, so you've been in the same circles. Tell me when you finally felt the courage. Now tell me when you finally realised you'd been groomed.
A piece come out in the Mirror to do with Lucy Lowe and Becky Watson and a girl called Vicky, and I was reading that, and that's the day I realised I was one of them girls as well.
When you say that, because so that people understand, because people think, how do you not realise you were a victim? How do you not realise that these things that were happening to you were crimes? What sort of mindset did you have towards these men?
I'd always got told to keep quiet and say I was lying about it, and because no one done anything about it, I kind of thought it was normal and okay, even though I had feelings that it wasn't okay.
Did you also have feelings for the men?
Sometimes, some of them,
we see
yeah.
this described as lover boy. We see this described as so many different things in different countries around the world.
Yeah.
Where the children actually fall in love with the perpetrators.
Yeah, sometimes I did, you know, get feelings for some of the elder ones. Not all of them. Some of them were too horrible and evil. But some of them I did.
Would you say you felt you was their girlfriend? Did you feel like they were your...
Yeah, I was one of their girlfriends. They had loads of girlfriends, all of them did.
Did they?
So, I was one of their
when
girlfriends.
When you say girlfriends, you mean children?
Yeah, my friends. Yeah, they're all kids as well.
So number 18, that's the mosque. I got raped in number 16.
That's the mosque?
Yeah, number 18's the mosque. I got raped in number 16 by Wadge.
By Wadge?
Yeah, that's the first time that I had my virginity taken.
You had your virginity taken in the house? Eh?
Yeah.
So you got raped in the house next door to the mosque?
Yeah.
That's a strange place to have a mosque. So that would have been, I'd say, the start of the taking of your childhood at 12 years old. That would have been the start of everything in the house there.
I was scared and I was saying to him, don't do that and don't take my trousers off, and I was fighting him and trying to keep my trousers up, and he was just pulling them down. And then he promised that he wouldn't put it inside me, and then he did, and it was just a really horrible day, to be honest.
This was at his sister's house, I believe?
Yeah.
Was his sister in?
No.
This is where Wadge lives.
Number 81?
Number 81.
And he
raped and abused me, groomed me for years.
That's
Took
the one?
my virginity.
That's the one who took your virginity at the house we've just seen, round the corner?
Yeah.
Number 81. Who's he lived there with?
His wife and kids.
They all live with wife and kids. Did they live with wife and kids back when they were abusing you?
Yeah.
A lot of CCTV on that house.
Has he got a lot of CCTV? Yeah.
See, this is a disabled lad here, and even he used to use the girls.
In there and left?
Yeah. He's deaf and dumb.
Well,
He used to get blowjobs and that off the young girls.
That man we're just driving past now?
Yeah. He's deaf and dumb.
He's deaf and dumb?
Yeah.
How are you feeling?
Scared. Remember I told you I got arrested for calling someone a pedo?
Yeah.
He lives there in that house.
This one, number 127?
127, yeah.
So you're arrested because this man in this house,
Yep.
you called him a Pakistani paedophile?
Yep. No, I just called him a paedophile. It wasn't in Pakistan, paedophile.
Wasn't it? Just a paedophile?
Yeah.
What's his name?
Ifti.
Ifti?
Yeah.
And what did he do to you?
He hadn't done anything to me. He'd done it to my friends.
Okay.
And I'd seen it, so I know that he'd done it. Cal's brother lives there as well, Dalid.
This one here?
Yeah. He raped Steph, he did.
He raped Steph?
Well, groomed her.
Groomed her?
Groomed her, raped her, yeah.
And they're all here. You've seen about Lucy Lowe, you've seen about Breaker Watson, about Vicky. That's 3 young girls that are dead from this town.
There's more than 3 that are dead because of them.
Is there?
And there's a lot more, yeah.
Is there?
Yeah.
Who else?
There was a girl from Overdale, something Bailey, she died from drugs. There was they got her on smack, she ended up dying. Georgina Marsh, she was in a car crash with her sister, and a Pakistani bloke driving the car, he killed her, she was getting groomed.
So there's...
I can't
There's loads of young girls
there's a lot.
Who have died either under suspicious circumstances or at the hands of these gangs.
Yeah, all because them lot have put them on drugs and raped them and done when they were younger, and that's how they've lived as they've got a bit older. So it's their fault because they shouldn't have put them on the drugs.
They're all very successful.
Yeah, because of drugs.
Because of drugs.
Because of drugs. They even got me selling it when I was 15, selling smack.
Made you selling smack and crack?
Out of Man Rights, yeah.
What's that, flats?
Yeah, big block flats. Man Rights. They all got sent to prison. I was supposed to be on there, captured on, you know, like when the police are watching them and taking photos, and I was on there.
Well, so the police were looking at them at least for the drugs?
Yeah, for the drugs. No, you're telling me they didn't see us getting groomed? Because we was getting groomed. We were getting fucking raped and everything on a daily back then. I've had to walk from here back to Abridge, so this street that we've just come from.
Yeah.
I've had to walk all the way back down here naked.
What do you mean?
I was naked, fully naked.
What happened?
I was in an house at Millbank,
Yeah.
and all the lads in the house took all my clothes off me, and I managed to get out of the house before they'd done anything else. And I had to walk back naked, fully like naked.
How old was you?
I'd had Josh, so 14.
14.
Yeah,
You know when you was in the cars with these men,
yeah.
they get pulled over by the police all?
Sometimes, yeah.
With all the young girls in the cars?
Yeah, and we'd be smoking a spliff and that in the car. Coppers didn't say fuck all.
How old was you?
From the age of 12.
From the age of 12, police pulling
So I
cars.
was 16, 17, 18.
Police pulling cars, young girls, and lots of Pakistani men. You decided to speak out.
Yeah.
Tell me what you done to speak out.
The piece come out in the paper about Lucy and Becky and Vicky. I read that, and I think the same evening or the next day, I got in touch with Telford Police, and I told them that I was one of them girls that they were looking for.
Okay.
And yeah, it all went from there.
When you say it went from there, people would hope to hear that the story is going to end in something positive. Has it been a positive experience since you went to the police?
No, that's when the nightmare started.
That's when the nightmare started,
Yeah,
when you approached the police.
yeah.
Can you just explain, just give us the circumstances of what happened with the police?
I went to the police. At the same time, a couple of the Pakistani lads, I was still talking to them. They got to find out that I'd been talking to the police. The police started going to other girls that I'd named as being victims and telling them girls that I'd named them, even though I told the police that I'd give them names anonymously to them. I didn't want them going to these girls and saying Corinne would give.
Of course, because some of
give
the girls
your
could
name.
still be in close contact.
That's what that you just took the words out of my mouth. Half of the girls, they are still friends or they're in relationships with Pakistanis, and most of them girls, they all turned against me. They started telling the Pakistanis that Corinne sent the police here, told them that we've been getting groomed by Pakistanis, and that's how everyone started to know because of the police.
Why do you think the police would have done that? What do you think?
I don't know. I really don't know. I have complaints in about the police because what they done was wrong.
Cal from the boxing gym then, when would he, how many times would he have raped you?
Loads of times, over 100. Every Sunday he used to come and pick me up from the side of Abridge shops.
Every Sunday?
Every Sunday without fail. Every Sunday.
Why Sunday?
Because that was his day off work.
So for his day off work he'd go pick you up, and you were how old?
Well, from the age 12, 13.
And then he'd drive you to different destinations, different locations, just to rape you?
Most of the time it was up the Wrekin. Most of the time.
And he's now training children to do with the Olympics, right?
Yeah,
He's now training young girls.
yeah,
I've seen him pictures with young girls.
yeah.
What do you think when you see him pictures with young girls?
I ate it.
Am I right? I got told that when some of the young girls are... I got told the council might send them there. I got told that when, you know, like you have troublesome youth,
Yeah, probably.
one
yeah.
of the programmes is to send them
To the boxing
to the
gym.
boxing gym.
Wellington Boxing
to
Academy.
yeah, to send them to the boxing academy,
Yeah.
which essentially is run by
Paedophiles.
paedophiles. Explain then what's happened. With regards to your safety threats, what have you experienced since you spoke out?
I started getting threatened, told to keep my mouth shut. Not too much of a bad threat at first. Then a couple of the lads, they all got together and decided that they were going to pay for me to go abroad and to keep my mouth shut and not say anything to the police and stuff. I went abroad. I was taken to the airport by them. I left the country for a bit.
Can you tell me who took you to the airport?
Noddy.
It's the name who's popped up a few times.
His real name's Nadeem Ahmed.
So Noddy at the time, you've gone to the police, you've started an investigation.
Yeah.
Am I right that you had to leave Telford though, before you went to the airport? Why had you gone to
No, not on this first bit.
So on the first bit, they've got together, they've given you money.
Yeah. Well, the Amy, he started messaging me, and I ended up telling Amy what was the matter because his brother had raped me. He was the one that took my virginity a few doors away from the mosque, his brother.
Okay.
So I told Amy about what his brother had done, and then Amy had got together with Noddy and Cal and Wadj, and they all decided to pay me and send me away, so I kept my mouth shut. They didn't pay me thousands like people think. They just give me a couple of £100 to live off, and they paid for my rent for my apartment.
So did they arrange an apartment for you?
No, I arranged it, but they paid for it.
So this is, and in fact, we've met you now. We've flown you back from living abroad to talk to you about these crimes. So you've gone abroad. You've been paid to go abroad. What's happened next?
In the end, I've realised that they're still, what's the word? They're still grooming me, but not sexually. They were still grooming me. They were still in my head, trying to make me be quiet. How they used to make me be quiet when I was a little girl, that's what they were doing now, as me being older. You know, they wanted me to go away so that I'd keep my mouth shut and not get them into trouble.
Having fled to Egypt, Corinne decided to come back to the UK to try and get justice. She sat down with the police, gave statements, they opened an investigation, and they made many arrests of alleged rapists. It was at this stage that Corinne became aware that there were threats to her life. So she went to the police station to ask for help. Here's a recording of that.
The duty social worker, for whatever reasons, can't do anything to help you this evening.
Yeah.
Okay. We're being advised to direct you towards branches, which is for mental health, with you feeling low.
How's that going to help housing?
That ain't going to help my children, is it, with housing? So what do I do tonight? Where do I go?
You're going to have to go and try and get in with your mum or friends.
I'm not going back there, no way, mate, not for
or
it
see if
to
you can get
me.
enough money together to stop in a hotel or something else.
I haven't got no money for an hotel.
I'm really sorry. As the police force, we don't have accommodation. We cannot accommodate you. So
basically I've got to leave from here now, still with no protection or nothing.
I'm afraid so.
Hi, Corinne.
Hello.
I gather you're homeless, are you?
I am, yeah, and I've tried to get help and no one will help me, love. And I'm scared for my life and I've got nowhere to go.
What is the reason you're scared for your life?
Well, because I've give you so much information and got so many people arrested, and yourselves won't protect me or even give me anywhere to live, and I've got nowhere else to go.
I'm going to have to ask you to leave.
No, I'm not leaving.
You've got no option.
Well, I've got nowhere to sleep and here's warmer.
Yeah, but this has got to be locked up and alarms put on, I'm afraid.
Well, lock me up for the night then, because at least I haven't have somewhere to sleep.
I'm not going to lock you up.
Well,
I've got no reason
I've got
to lock
nowhere
you
to go, so I'm not going, love, literally.
Right.
I've got
You
nowhere
do
to
need
go,
to go.
with my daughter or my son, so I'm not going.
You're going to have to leave, I'm afraid.
I'm not leaving, love, literally.
You will have to go.
Well, you'll have to
You're
take
gonna
me
get
yourself.
officers to
Well, you're going to have
take you
to,
out.
like. I'm not going, I've got nowhere to stay.
Okay.
Literally.
Right, bear with me.
Okay, so now I've been kicked out of the police station and I'm sat here, the police have left me. I'm just sat here now. Here you go, disabled Corinne sat on the floor with my bad legs because none of them care.
When that failed with the police, she contacted social services and begged them for help.
I mean, the way it is with us, Corinne, is we're being directly informed by the police as to what the situation is.
Yeah, but who from the police is telling you that my life isn't in danger?
There's an inspector at the police. Joe Woods as well is dealing with the case, I believe.
Who, sorry?
Joe Wood?
Joe Wood.
Joe Wood, yeah. The unfortunate thing is, what they're saying to us is not that there's any risk to you. That's why we're not providing anything, Corinne, at this moment in time.
So you've come back, you've approached the police, you've said you're receiving threats. What have the police done?
Nothing. Nothing at all. They've asked me to move out of Telford.
I remember, if we go back, this is going back, I remember getting phone calls and I remember people putting together to try and get some money together to relocate you.
Yeah.
You got relocated, if I'm right?
Yeah, I had to go to Wales.
Wales, okay.
I'm there. I'm settled. I'm in this little town called Cardigan.
Did you feel safe?
Yeah, I felt okay for the first few weeks while I was there.
Yeah.
Then I had a letter come through from my daughter's old school in Telford.
Come through to the new address?
Come through to my new address.
So how have they found where you are?
The police told social services where I was living in Wales.
Telford Police to give social services your new address.
In Wales, social services
the system of social
social services give it to the teacher at the school, but at that school was people working who's connected to people that have raped and abused me, and they could have easily got my address.
And they could have got it if it's on the police's system.
Yeah, so straight away I was in a panic, and that same day, within 3 hours, I was moved. I got in a taxi and I went.
Why do you think, again, if I ask you, why do you think the police did that?
I really don't know. I really don't know. I think it's all just to keep me quiet, because for how much I spoke out, and for all the girls I named and all the men that had done it,
you give a lot of information.
I give a lot of information. That was a lot for them to start dealing with, and I think they just wanted me to keep quiet.
At this stage, Corinne was forced to relocate to Bristol to distance herself from her past and any danger she could put her or her young family in. Even with the considerable distance between her and Telford, it wasn't long before her life was again put at risk.
Your address has been leaked now in Bristol.
Yep.
Gangs of Muslims have been spotted, and Pakistanis been spotted outside.
Yeah.
And then did you get a phone call from your mum?
I got a phone call about 3 or 4 days later off my mum. It was a video call, and my mum's face was black and blue.
Where did they beat your mum up?
On her doorstep, at a bungalow, on her doorstep. They wanted to go in her bungalow and see if I was there, and she wouldn't let them, so they thrashed her on the doorstep. She's a big woman, they say they didn't get past her, but they thrashed her on the doorstep. 3 of them.
I've seen the messages back and forward to the police about this attack.
The police say my mum beat herself up.
Did they set fire to your mum's house? Was that another?
Yeah, they set fire to the bins.
They set fire to your mum's bins?
Yeah. You know where you picked me up from?
Yeah.
The bins right there, the ones that you could see.
Were the police called?
Yeah.
The police called when she got beaten up?
Yeah.
And they were called when they were setting fire?
Yeah, and they were called when the bungalow all got spray painted.
And your mum's bungalow got spray painted as well?
Yeah.
Saying what? What sort of stuff was spray painted?
I don't know.
No?
Mum didn't tell me because she didn't want me to get upset.
Okay.
But
she
I think it was stuff like grass and slag and like horrible names all over the house.
So your mum's left, so you've run off, your mum's left, and now she's becoming a target.
Yeah. They'd even like swerved their cars at her van. At my mum's husband's van. When he's driving, mum's been in the car, and they've like swerved their car,
so
like tried to make
mum
mum
With
crash.
regards to the attack against your mum, so they're trying to attack her in her car, attack her at her house, set fire to her house. What sort of police investigation has it been to do with those attacks?
There ain't been anything.
What have they done to protect her?
Nothing.
What do you think that is?
I don't know. They want us to be silenced. They want us to shut up because I know too much.
At this stage, Corinne has faced threats. Her mother's been violently beaten. She's at an all-time low. How do social services now react?
At the time of this attack against your mum, you've still got your 6-year-old daughter. What was your daughter's name?
Zaya.
You've still got Zaya at the time of this attack, is that right?
Yeah.
What happens then?
Social services and the police went to my mum's. No, social services went first, I think. Then they went back about an hour later and they took my little girl from my mum's, and that was because my mum was beat up and my mum wasn't safe. But I was in Egypt.
So when they've took her, the reason that they've taken your daughter is they've said because she's not safe because your mother has been violently attacked by the gang.
Yeah.
But they've done no police investigation into the gang.
No. If they did, they just didn't find anything.
And at this moment in time, you had an open police investigation. You gave statement after statement and name after name and historical abuse against you at this time.
Yeah.
Tell me what happens then. Your daughter's been gone, social services have taken her. Have you rang them?
I rang them literally 10 minutes after they've took her. My son and my mum's rang me crying, saying the police and social services have just took Zaya.
And what they said?
They said that I wasn't in the country and Zaya wasn't safe with my mum because my mum had been beat up a few days before. And because I didn't know exactly what day I was coming back into the country, they were taking Zaya for her own protection. Because I'd fell and cracked my knee by the swimming pool. I hadn't broke it, but it had cracked, so they didn't want me to fly back home, and that's why I was over in Egypt. I'd stayed over there because of my problem with my knee, and they took Zaya. They took her.
I think there's been chaotic lifestyle. I think that's one of the concerns.
Yeah, and mate, the police are half to blame for it. If the police would have protected me for the last 6 months, like I've been begging them to, then maybe I would have had help.
With Tiffany and Joshua, and she had no bedroom. She hasn't been in school.
Yeah, because we've had a really unsettled way of life, mate. No thanks to the police social or council in Telford.
At that moment in time, bearing in mind everything that's happened, did you think you made the right decision to speak out?
No, I wish I'd have kept quiet. They didn't help me, they made my life hell, took my little girl off me. Yeah, it still is, it's still hell like that now.
So what did you do in response to that? At that moment?
I withdrawn my allegations. I withdrawn everything. I told them that I wasn't doing it because they thought Zaya was in danger because of my allegations, so I dropped everything thinking they'd give me back, but they didn't.
So you dropped all your police case. I guess the Pakistanis are happy.
Yeah.
I guess the police are happy. You think?
Probably, yeah.
We're here 2 years later. We've been talking for a year.
It's been longer than that.
Been longer, yeah.
Yeah, 2 years.
The first time, 2 years.
Yeah.
And you still haven't got your daughter?
No.
I just wish it would be in a court case.
And me.
I just wish
Go that way.
that all of these girls that there are, that the police would
There'd be hundreds around here if they'd all come forward, if they wasn't so scared. But I understand why they're scared.
So do I after speaking to everyone. Well, I understand it that they can't really rely on the police, which is such a sad state of affairs.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Police should be protecting every one of them. But it seems more like they're hanging them out.
Yeah.
Some of them used to brag because the coppers used to be on drugs and that, and obviously they used to go and buy their drugs off them lot.
So some of the police were buying the drugs off the Pakistani gangs?
Yeah, because they were selling everything: cocaine, cannabis, draw, weed, smack, crack, everything. They used to sell pills, speed.
And the gang used to brag that they had police.
Yeah, the coppers used to come to him. Solicitors used to go to him and buy off him, and so sometimes they would brag. Yeah.
Do you ever remember which names bragged?
No. And they used to say it as well. They used to say the names, and I've sat and I've tried to think.
Why do you think everyone's scared then? Why do you think that?
Because the way they all come together and the things they've done, they've set people's houses on fire, and they battered people. Just the things they've done is horrible.
Late into the night, I received a phone call from Corrine. Yet again, her mother's house had come under violent attack by Pakistani gangs.
my sister said, I heard the bang. She said, she's got a dog, so the dog started going mad. And then my mum's like jumped up as well as quick as she could. And they've smashed the outside of the double glazing, so it hasn't gone all the way through.
Yeah, they've gone for your Achilles heel, babe. Your mum.
Yeah, they've gone for my mum because they know that hurts me.
Sure. Do you think this is them guessing that you're talking to us?
Yeah.
If she's scared, if they're not they should relocate her right now. Yeah, the police should put her into emergency accommodation, into a hotel, out of the area, and they should be getting their council moved. They should be doing all that. But I know how useless they are. You know how useless they are. So get your mum to let us know what the score is. Yeah.
Tommy, if I don't move from here, I'm going to have a heart attack.
No, I know. I know.
Because I've got pains all in my arm right now as I'm speaking to you. My heart's going 90 to the dozen. I feel like I want to be sick. I feel like I want to pass out. And I don't know what the fuck to do. I feel like I'm going fucking crazy in my head. I think I need an ambulance. I feel bad. I've got pains all in my arm and my chest. And I think I'm having a heart attack. Tell me I've got to go.
Lindy, okay, darling, I'm gonna. Okay. I'm gonna make my way out there. Okay, all right. Because we've got a phone call that for the second time in 3 days, one of our survivors' houses has been smashed up, and the mum's terrified. I don't know if they're going to be best pleased to see me, because I'm guessing this is because of the work I'm doing. We've had a car firebomb 2 days ago of another survivor outside their house, blown up. The gang don't know who I'm speaking to, so they're just targeting all the survivors. I've received a phone call 2 days ago. Someone's come and put a brick through this house window here. And earlier today, they've come and smashed bricks through this one. Now, in the last 48 hours, they've petrol bombed cars outside houses. We have a film going out, and these are the houses of other survivors. They're not even the survivor who we're talking to. Yeah, this is the house of another survivor's parents and family. The parents are in there terrified. The sister's in there. The sister hasn't left the house for 4 years anyway because she's too scared because of all the gangs, because of the rape gangs that targeted her sister. Now we're here. The police are refusing to help. This house previously, when the victim in this house went to the police as a witness, she gave all her evidence so they could make arrests. This house was firebombed around the side. They sprayed, painted all over the house. All we want them to do their job. Their job is to protect you and relocate you.
Hello and welcome to West Mercia Police.
Okay, so what's happened, please?
So what's happened is 2 days ago the window was smashed. Today the window's been smashed again. You had, just so you know, 26 Glendale, you had a car torched and firebombed 2 days ago. Yeah. Now all of these attacks are being committed by grooming gangs who are targeting the victims' families. Yeah, that's what this is. Now, your police officers have come to this house. They've left the family here after their house has been smashed up twice, and they've drove off. In the town we're in, you've had 3 people burned to fucking death by grooming gangs, and the police have actually done nothing for both these visits. They've done nothing to relocate the family. They've done nothing to secure the family. There's no There's no fireproof letterbox been put on the house. It's like they're just sitting ducks being left here. Your police officers have turned up. They haven't even took a statement. They haven't even took a statement. They've given a crime reference number and left. There's no cameras been put in, emergency cameras. There's no fireproof letterbox been put in, which should be your first protocol as a police to put in this house. They're left here in danger. The mum's been beat up. This lady's been beat up previously. They've set fire to the house previously. I'm just absolutely gobsmacked. I know it's not you. I'm gobsmacked.
No, it's not me. So I personally can't change this.
No, I know, but
if you're not happy about how this has been dealt with,
no, you need to send some police officers here. You need to send some police officers in.
I won't be. They're not going to come back just because I'm saying to them that you've rang in.
No, what you need to say to them is that
I can't make them come back as a call taker.
So, okay, can you ring the police and say there's a family in danger in their home?
I've obviously listened to everything you've said. I've typed up on the log what you've said,
Yep.
and I will ask them to review it, but I cannot change what they have done.
Okay, but you can't. So as I've said to you, they have left, right? So you're.
I don't need you to repeat it again to me, please. I've listened to everything you've said. I don't need you to say it again.
So you're not going to send police officers here to protect this family?
I've just said I will update that log, but I personally cannot change what the officers' decisions are. I am not an officer. I cannot change their decisions.
So whilst we're sat here, can you contact them and let us know if the police are coming back here to relocate this family into safety?
I said I will update the log.
What does that mean? What you keep saying that? What does that mean? You're going to write a few words on the computer? Yeah, and then what? Can you just say to the officer who's there, before I am forced to make a video and ask people to protect this property, yeah, which we shouldn't have to do because we actually pay tax that you do it, not you, the police, yeah. Can you just make sure, because I don't want to have to do that, yeah, and it's going to cause problems for you when I do it, right? Because it's going to put me here. Everyone's going to know I'm here, but these family can't be left like this. They cannot be left like this.
You've just said to me that you're putting them in danger by
No, I
being
didn't.
there.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, no, but
by me being here, it's putting them in danger.
Someone's been and smashed their house up twice in 3 days. If those men come back, we'll defend the house.
There, if you're putting them in danger.
Because you're not here. Because your police aren't here.
He's helping us, you're not doing
I'm not going to continue this conversation any longer. I've listened to you for quite a long time. I'm not going to continue any longer. I've told you I'll update the log, and that is what I'm going to do.
Does that mean they're going to ring me? You haven't even asked for my phone number. Are they going to contact the family?
Your phone number ends in 872.
Okay, your family, are they going to contact us back? Are we going to get a time? You don't know?
I don't know that. No, I'm going to ask them to review the log. I don't know if they're going to call you back, Tommy. I'll have to ask them to review the log, and that's what I'm going to do now.
Okay, do you know what? We'll move this family into safety because you lot are fucking useless.
That's fine then. All right, bye-bye.
You're fucking... Can you believe that?
Police don't give a fuck though, Tom, I told you. They really don't. Like, my complaints, I must have about 20 complaints about the police. And everything that I've got complaints about, I can prove. I can prove that they didn't help me, I can prove they let me down, I can prove everything.
The problem I've got is I've promised each one of these children I've spoke to, yeah, each one of these women I've spoke to, that I would be there for them, which is why I've got the phone call at home and just drove straight here. But not just I've drove straight here, we've got 2 lads here, we've got 3 lads up there and 2 lads around there, yeah. So I've rang other lads who have come here to protect this family. That's not our job, yeah, and it shouldn't be our job. That's the police's job, is to protect this family. They're not here to protect this family. When you look in this town, you look at what happened to Lucy Lowe and that, and have you seen the video of them torching the car the other day?
No, we haven't.
No, so they just come with petrol. Didn't you? Okay, so it's not a joke, you know what I mean? And when you can see there from the reaction from the police, they're not going to help you.
I know.
So unfortunately, if they're not going to help you, you do need to be in a safe location. You do. And until the council, which will work from tomorrow, will get, whether it be having to get a lawyer or gets anyone onto the council to get you a relocation from this bungalow into a different council property. But you might have to be into, and whether it be a hotel or I'll find you an Airbnb house for a month. So then you just get yourself comfortable until the relocation's done. Because you know it doesn't happen overnight, least of all on New Year's Eve. So right now, this lady doesn't want to leave the home, but she does because she's scared. But every possession she's ever owned in her life is boxed up inside this home. So we're going to be staying here tonight and standing and hanging around the house, basically, to make sure people don't come back to the house. But again, we're targets for them as well. The police should be here. The police should be here. But we're going to have to relocate these families. It's New Year's Eve tomorrow. We're going to put them in a hotel. But we're not going to have to put them in a hotel. We're going to have to get removal vans. We're going to have to get a storage unit. And then we're going to have to work on if the council aren't going to relocate them, because they are in danger. Lucy Lowe's family was set on fire and burned. 3 of them burned to death in this town by grooming gangs. Yeah. I'll pay for any of the costs for any of. I'll get the money. I'll get the money, or people. I'll get the money for any cost to move you, any cost to relocate you. I'll get it. And it moving all your stuff, whatever it is, putting you in a hotel. What she's saying is, every homely possession she's ever had in her life is in this house. She thinks if she leaves, they'll just come and burn it. So unless we can get that boarded, the door boarded, that boarded.
saying even if you ordered it.
Yeah, they can do it anyway.
You know what? I'm so sorry to all of you. I swear to God.
Karine, you've got nothing to be sorry for.
Be sorry, because let it all come out.
You've got nothing to be sorry for, man.
Don't start crying because you're going to start me off.
Yeah, they shouldn't have done what they did to you, but it needs to come out. At least actually somebody's helping us.
Fault, man. Look what's happening to my mum. And I'm here. I've had to fucking move miles away. And
It's not your fault. It's not your fault. It's just.
I've told her that earlier on. It's not her fault.
So as we said, it's 2 a.m. We've got 2 cars of lads there. 2 cars of lads there. We'll blur it out. We've got 2 cars of lads there, which is good because lads have got in their cars and drove from different towns. Look at the vulnerability of where this house is. You go down an alley. Look how easy it is to target. You got your window there. That's what she's worried about. Look how easy you can come down here. But look at this round here. They've already smashed this. This was 2 days ago. They put a brick through here. They've come back and done this one tonight. About 11 o'clock this got done. And then down here, it's all look. You got your subway, yeah? And the maddest thing is, we know, groomer over there. Where are we? Yeah, groomer over there, groomer around there. They're all in this vicinity. They're all living here, and the family are left there. No matter what, we've got to move them. We've got to move them. So
they're swanning round, threatening us when we're talking out, trying and stop us from talking, threatening us, saying whatever they can, the worst things possible, threatening our families. They all stick together. It's never 1-on-1 or 2-on-1. It's always cars and cars and cars, full on one. And we've seen too much growing up. We've seen people's houses get set fire to. For me, I lost my mate Lucy. We've seen people getting beat up by them, and really, really getting beat up. They're beating each other up. So if they can do that to themselves and near enough killing each other, imagine what they do to us, the outsiders. It's different.
So they rule the town.
Yep.
They rule the drugs.
They rule everything.
1% Pakistani population have the town in total fear. So my mate Andy, the one who's going to stay here with a couple of other lads, he'll be here in about half hour 45, and then he'll stay in the house till everything's over. So.
I'm leaving my family, leaving my kids.
You've seen how heartbreaking it is, yeah? You've seen the family distraught. They're leaving their home. They're driven from their home. Made refugees, essentially, yeah, by rape gangs operating in this town. And not just by the rape gangs, but by the failure from the police. Because the police would not help them. Yeah? Only now we've publicly embarrassed them online that they're now willing to help the family. They were left on their own. So normal families going to Telford and Wrekin Police, when we're not doing this documentary and we're not filming here, that's the reaction they get. You can understand why they're not able to get the convictions against all these men. But the reason why we've had a problem for getting this family housing is, as you've seen with the lady, we can't just pick them up and put them in a hotel. You can't just pick them up and put them in a hotel. The lady's disabled. She needs disabled facilities. It's not that easy, which is what we've took 24 hours trying to do. We've found them a location now. We're going to go get them in their location. And it's so sad to see. You see them. You see the girl crying. She's leaving her boyfriend. They're having to flee the town. It's not right, man. It's not right what's going on. But
I'm not letting them out.
No, you've been. Hey, look. I can sit here.
I find it hard to cry, Tommy. Literally, I really find it hard to cry. So when I think about everything in one at the end, then I just don't know how I'm still living. Literally, I really don't. It's hard.
You must feel numb. Of years of
numb, empty, alone. So many feelings. I can't even say them all, but I feel them all at once. It's not nice.
Today, the lads are moving the house. We've got 2 Luton lorries. There was a lady violently attacked with baseball bats outside here yesterday. And do you think they thought it was you?
They definitely thought it was me, because I was told that she was a little bit fattish and blonde hair, so they automatically thought that was me and my husband pulling up here.
Because it does seem like that lady said she saw all the men at the end of the road. She'd already rang the police.
Yeah.
But the police took 20 minutes to come.
We went into Carmarthen Green to go to my mate's house. They're all fucking on the corner with bats and that. So we've turned around, come out. How many of them? 2, one day and an Audi.
An Audi A4?
A3, white one. We've given them the registration already.
So we've already had that Audi A3 drive past us and point at us.
Hit me round the head with the bat. They've just taken the bat out of there. It's snapped. And the fucking launched bricks, look, all these bricks.
Where was they? Was they parked up?
Yeah, on Carmarthen Green corner, they're all standing there, swarmed with bats.
How many of them?
Bars, loads.
How many?
Loads. 8, 10, 12.
Asian male, sorry.
Yeah, they were all Asian.
Was the balaclavas?
Yeah, directly at gloves and valleys. They're not stupid. They are not stupid. It was parked Carmarthen Green on the fucking corner. They're all standing there in valleys with bats. And it's just being allowed. I already rang this and said to it's taken nearly 20 minutes for you lot to even turn up. You're walking down the fucking street in front of me.
You know, when you've come here today, the police have come with you, haven't they? When you got here?
No, they weren't here.
They weren't here?
No. They weren't outside.
No, okay. How do you feel? Because you had incidents at this property before when your daughter gave a statement.
Yeah.
When your daughter got a statement, I believe they set fire to the bins.
Yeah.
They smashed the house up, spray painted all over it.
Yeah.
The police's response to that was?
That I did it myself.
That's what the police said, you've done it yourself.
Yeah.
You see, the problem the police have got now, because they may have tried to say that.
The police even said I had 3 Asians come here, balaclavaed up. They put me on my arse in my hallway. The one was hitting me on the floor. I couldn't get up. My face was blacker than black. Yeah. And the police said that I did it all myself. Like I'm going to sit and constantly bang my face or do something to myself. And they never once asked me if I wanted to move. But they said they offered to move us and everything, and they haven't offered to do anything, Tommy. They're fucking wankers, all of them, everybody. There's only you that's offered to help, and look at the fucking shit that I'm going to get now. Why have they got a target? A 60-year-old woman, disabled.
They're targeting you because they want to silence your daughter.
Well, I'm sorry, but I can't stop my daughter from speaking the truth.
I accompanied Kareen's parents to the police station in the hope that the adequate protection and support could be offered to them.
Yeah. The house windows are smashed. Mm-hmm. It's like the police officers.
Yeah.
Not just that they don't care. Okay? They were rude about it, obnoxious about it. They were left in the house terrified. Mm-hmm. And there was no offer of a police car to be left outside. No offer of a 500 letterbox. No offer to assess the house for security. Nothing at all.
Right, okay. Well, I mean, I believe someone's spoken to her today in relation to...
Today your officer's been great.
Yeah.
But what I mean is, I went there last night only because your police officers didn't do anything.
Right, okay.
They were dangerously.
Yeah, we can. The problem is, though, is we can't discuss it with you because obviously the matter is.
So
we can have that discussion.
I'd love to just go home now,
okay,
and tell any men that have come up to Telford that they don't need to come up to Telford yet. But what I'm saying is, they were left in their house last night. Right? You've had a fire. 2 last night, yeah. 1, 2 days ago. The 1, 2 days ago, it's all over grooming gangs. Yeah? It's all over intimidating these people because they're worried because they know the film's about to come out on their gangs. Yeah? That's why they were targeted last night for the second time in 3 days.
I've been driven from my town, from my family. I've got kids in Telford I'll probably never be able to have a proper relationship with because of all this. You know, it's lost a lot. I got used to it. I was used to it. I was used to him raping me every fucking day and every week. But I'm not used to not seeing my kids. I'm not used to having the people that I love the most being so far away from me. And that's what hurts, that's what kills. I just want to live normal, have my kids, have my family. But I'll never be able to do that because no one gives a shit. Well, people do care, but the people that should, social services, the council, the police, they don't care.
This is the last van load. I've done four runs, and then it's sad, isn't it? It's sad, but the family at least will be hopefully somewhere safe. Well, they will be somewhere safe. Their stuff, don't know how long it's going to remain in storage till the council can get them a new house. But it's a travesty that the families of survivors are having to leave this town whilst the men roam around like they own it.
Countless time, finance and man hours have gone into the reconnaissance and intel of our alleged perpetrators. They've carried on living their lives. Some of them have families, some have moved away. Some own multiple businesses. They're living very good lives in those towns and cities. Some are in everyday contact still right now with children. We owe it to all the survivors of these gangs that they're confronted, that they're challenged, and at very least they're asked to explain how and why such crimes have been allowed to take place.
Hi there.
Hello, love.
I've come to do the boiler service.
Yeah,
Are you aware of
please.
it?
Yeah,
Oh,
I am.
please,
Yeah.
thank you.
So, what's your name?
It's Waj.
Waj. Okay.
W-A-J, Waj. Haybridge Gas. Can I just take a quick look at your any other gas appliances?
Yeah, actually, I wanted you. Oh, sorry. Let me just shut up.
Hi.
How are you? I bet you didn't think you'd be seeing me here, did you? I've got some questions to ask you about allegations of child rape. You raped a 12-year-old girl, you took her virginity in the house next door to a mosque in Telford. What do you have to say about that, get in the face? What do you have to say about that, Waj? What do you have to say? You took her to the Wrekin and you raped her. What do you have to say? Why do I have multiple girls? Why are there multiple girls that make allegations that you raped them? You trafficked them. You're part of a Pakistani rape mafia who have targeted this town and destroyed girl and child after child's lives. What do you have to say, Waj? Waj, how have you got clearance? You're on a stalking charge, right? You're a convicted rapist. How have you got clearance to come into vulnerable ladies' houses on their own? Do you mind explaining that to me, Waj? How have you got clearance, Waj? How have you managed to get clearance? I'm not going to arrest Waj until you cannot enter any lady's house on your own. What do you say to the allegation that you took Corinne's dad up to the Wrekin and you raped her when she was 12? She was fighting you to keep her knickers and pants on while you dragged them off of her. She's a 12-year-old child. You was, what, mid-20s, Waj? What do you have to say to that, Waj? What do you have to say to it? Total silence. Total silence, Waj. How many girls have you raped? How many child's lives in Telford were destroyed by you and your gang, Waj? And now you walk around like there's no trouble in the world. Girl after girl's lives are totally destroyed. Do you want to leave, Waj?
Yes, please.
Okay, what do you have to say, Waj? I'm not going to arrest until you've lost your job, your career and everything, bro. You're not going to be walking. You're a convicted rapist, aren't you? I'm moving, mate. I'm moving out of the way. You're a convicted rapist, aren't you, Waj? You've already been convicted of rape, but yet you're walking into ladies' houses. What do you have to say about that? How have you got entrance into ladies' houses, Waj? Huh? How many children have you raped in Telford? How many children and families' lives in this town have been destroyed due to you and your Pakistani gang raping them? What do you have to say, Waj? Nothing. What do you have to say to the allegations? A 12-year-old girl, she fought you while she dragged her knickers off her when she was 12 years old in the house next door to the mosque, Waj. What do you have to say? You didn't think this was going to come back to you, did you? You thought you got away with all these crimes. You've already done time for rape, haven't you, Waj? Just because this is your right to reply, Waj.
No, follow me.
This is your right to reply.
No, that's what.
So you can get on your phone to your little Pakistani mates.
No, it's not that.
That's how you play it. That's how you play it.
See, this is the thing.
I'm here. There's no risk to you here, is there, Waj? There's no risk to you here.
Shut my door. There is.
There's no. What's the risk?
So I'm inviting you. So follow me.
You're inviting me. What? Come on, Waj. What's the risk? What's the risk, bruv? What's the risk? Waj.
Follow me.
Your career's over, bruv.
Follow me.
Your career's over.
No.
You destroyed little girls' lives, Waj.
No, follow me.
Follow you. Yeah, what for, Malagate? I just want you to answer the questions. This is your right to reply, Waj. This is your right to reply. Okay, so okay, you drive there. Come on, get in the car.
We ain't all fitting in this car, lads. Cameras, get the cameras in the car, come on. We've just confronted this alleged rapist in Telford. We have multiple sources, multiple girls who name in some horrific crimes, raping them in the Wrekin, in the hills, raping a 12-year-old girl, taking her virginity. All these different crimes. He was part of a massive gang of men that participated in these crimes against young children, trafficked them, profited off them, tortured them, drugged them. And we've just confronted him in a house. We wanted to get him away so we can ask him the questions. We've asked him the questions. He's told us to follow him. We're following him. He's pulling up at the police station. Do you know the problem is? These lot are so confident about the police because the police are on their side. The police have actually made sure that these girls can't be witnesses. Look, he's getting all the cars on. Right. Get the keys. Come on, Wadge. Where are you going? Wadge. You lot are that confident that the police are in your pockets, aren't you? How many police officers are on the payroll of your gangs in this town? How come you're that confident? Wadge, this is your right to reply. This is your right to reply, Wadge. What do you have to say? Wadge, you dragged a 12-year-old girl and you raped her. You forcefully raped her with gangs of men.
Making allegations against me.
You forcefully raped a 12-year-old girl. You took her to the Wrekin and you raped her, Wadge. What do you have to say? Wadge, you're a convicted rapist already, aren't you? You're on a stalking charge, Wadge. I don't know why.
The police will deal with everything.
They don't need to deal with it, mate. You have got away with it. Men in this town, Pakistani men in this town got away with destroying young girls' lives. Now, you're famous. Everyone's going to know who you are.
I was scared and I was saying to him, don't do that and don't take my trousers off, and I was fighting him and trying to keep my trousers up, and he was just pulling them down.
It's fine.
Wadge, simple question. Why would Kareen Dad make this up?
Right. I need...
Wadge, why would she make this up? Why would another girl, I've got another girl who doesn't know Kareen, who says you raped her. Why would they make it up about you? Why would these girls randomly make up that you have raped them, trafficked them? Why would they do that? In your sister's house, in the house next door to the mosque, they give us locations. We've been to see the places where you raped them. We know all the gang members. We know that you passed them around. We know that you made her duck down in the car when she was 12 years old because she drove past her mum.
Right.
What do you have to say to that? Why would she make that up?
Before they'd even pull up, the passenger seat car would be back, all the way back. So they'd say to you, jump in and lie down.
Do you remember which men were in the car?
There was one man in the car, yeah.
Who's that?
Wadge.
Why would she make that up?
Right.
Can
I speak?
Yeah. They're not going to help you. Right, this is a documentary.
I'm being intimidated inside a police station. Oh. Right.
Now you want the police protection, do you?
No.
You terrorise young girls and now here you are hiding from the... You want the police.
He's making allegations.
He doesn't care, bruv. Right? Because he knows what yous have been up to. Everyone knows what yous have been up to. Yeah? Your life is changing now, Wadge. Okay, bro? Your life's changing. Everyone's going to know who you are. You see, Baxi, I'm not going to arrest till this is gone. Till you can't enter a woman's house again, bruv. Yeah? Everyone's going to know.
Excuse me.
So, Wadge, look at you running to the police.
I'm being intimidated inside the police
station.
station.
Look at you running to the police, Wadge. You're a big brave man when it's 12-year-old girls, aren't you? What are you scared from?
No, I'm not scared of
you. Yeah, you are. So you want, why are you hiding in a police station? Why have you run to a police station?
I'm not.
Do you want to follow me?
Yeah, let's go. Let's go.
Wadge, you're not going to answer, no?
No, let's go.
Why would these girls make up, Wadge? Wadge, why would these girls make up? Why would they make up? Give me one reason why random girls who don't know each other would make up that you raped them, Wadge. Wadge, you're a star in episode 5 of The Rape of Britain. No. You're a star of episode. You're a star. You're a star of episode 5.
No, I don't want you to knock me through.
You're a star of episode 5 of The Rape of Britain. You're a star of episode 5 of The Rape of Britain, Wadge.
Right.
He's coming to you guys for protection because, to be honest, Telford Police have protected them for the last 30 years.
No, 1 second.
You've been protected by Telford Police, haven't you, for 30 years, Wadge?
He's making serious allegations.
You've been protected. You and your gangs have been protected for 30 years by this police force.
I'll tell you what, Vic, do you want a word now? Can I have a word with you on the side so we actually know where we are with it?
Well, I'm just doing my job, mate. That's why I'm here. You can do your job. I haven't committed a crime. I'm asking this man questions.
But I can't talk.
So what do you have to say? You're that confident that the police are going to protect you?
The reason I'm at the police station is because he's making serious allegations.
I'm not making serious allegations. Young girls are making serious allegations, Wadge.
If there's any truth in that,
children made allegations.
Here,
Wadge.
He needs to speak to the police.
Wadge, the girls have made allegations.
If there's a case to answer, I'm here and I'll answer it.
Wadge.
As simple as that. So now you know that he's full of shit.
You're in episode 5 of The Rape of Britain.
Now you know he's full of shit because I'm here.
Why would the girls make up, Wadge?
If I've done something wrong,
Wadge, why would the girls make up? Why would the girls make up, Wadge? Why would the girls make up, Wadge? Why would the you're going to see the girls saying it on TV. It's in a documentary. Oh, it doesn't matter.
Bring them here.
You're going to see it, Wadge.
I didn't want to help us disclose with anything, dude.
That's it, mate. I'm done. It's on our documentary. It's coming out soon, yeah?
So you don't want to tell us anything?
I've come and tried to tell you 100 things. You have left vulnerable girls in situations where you've allowed their houses to be smashed up, you've allowed them to be driven from this country so that those gangs get away with it. Not you individually, but your police force has stood by and allowed this to go on. Not just allowed it to go on, but they've actually allowed the girls to be targeted, driven, intimidated and fearful, and you haven't done the protection jobs that you should do. This is how confident they are. Look where the rapist runs straight to. He's run to you for help.
Yeah.
Somewhere, one of your commanders is going to be helping him.
But ordinarily, when we get jobs in like this, where someone's in the community's worked and found things and got things,
I've come to your police, mate. I went
have,
to
like, the evidence that they
yeah, I've done that with your police force.
I haven't dealt with you before.
Okay, so your high-ranking police officer on episode 2 refused to take information from us.
Rob Rondell doesn't want to meet with Tommy.
Tommy's
not going to meet Rob Rondell.
These rapists and these gangs, the police identified 200 rapists in this town. They charged 11. They've been protected. These gangs have been protected by this police force for 30 years. It's the first place he run to.
It's affected everything. Affected how I look after my kids, my life in general. I've had times where I've drunk quite a lot, so been kind of like an alcoholic. I've taken drugs and stuff like that, not too much of hard drugs, but I have taken drugs. I can't settle, I can't stay in a relationship, I don't trust men. So yeah, it's affected everything really. It's still happening. There's still young girls being groomed. They're still raping the girls. They've got girls that they've groomed as a child and now they're selling them as an adult, and that's because they've got them hooked on drugs as a child and they still need the drugs now, so they're still selling them now. There's still girls, young girls, underage girls as well getting groomed.
Kareen's story of one of many, a very young impressionable schoolgirl, plied with drugs and raped by hundreds of Muslim men, hundreds at a time, an unspeakable crime with lasting effects to this day. As we've seen, these men walk free to live their lives, free to mingle in society, free to even potentially carry on feeding on the vulnerable. But this story also highlights the massive failures of the police and social services. How has this happened? How come no one's been arrested, even though statements detailing all of those allegedly involved have been made? The answer to this, I'll leave you to decide. Thank you for watching this episode of The Rape of Britain. Myself and the production team here at Urban Scoop, we don't do this for praise or reward, we do this for justice. We hope these actions will bring some form of resolution to the survivors, and we can hope that by shining a light on such matters, which the mainstream media and everyone else shies away from, any exposure acts as a deterrent for those involved. And finally, we hope that together we can create a safer future for our sons and daughters to live free in the United Kingdom. If you've been affected by any of the subjects covered, or you know someone else who has, please contact us at productions@urbanscoop.news. We're bringing you content no one else will. We need your help and we need your support. We have no big funders. If you can support our work, please sign up and help us, just the cost of a coffee. You can support us at www.urbanscoop.news/support us. Thank you. We dedicate this episode to Mr. John Clinch, a man who was both there for Kareen and her children during the hard times and the times of struggle. May he rest in peace.